Do you know what holds most of us back in life? Fear. The crazy thing with fear is that the majority of the time it's not even real. Like, seriously, it's not even real. The majority of the anxieties that you experience are going to be triggered, activated from moments in time in the past. And it's a subconscious reaction. It's something that very often you find anxiety is just activated inside of you, and a lot of the time you're not even potentially sure of what the trigger was, what activated you, what has created this anxiety in you. Fears. Majority of the time they're constructed up here. We tell ourselves stories about situations and we then create internal fear. Stories about why we can't do something or why we shouldn't do something, why we don't deserve something. These sort of thought processes are all fear-based. I used to live in fear a lot. Like, seriously, a lot. 20 plus years I suffered from severe anxiety, which led to severe depression, which led to pretty much a catalogue of mental health conditions. I used to wake up every single day with this tsunami of negativity just going around my head constantly. And it was all fear-based. The fear of being judged, the fear of being disliked, the fear of being wrong, the fear of being alone, the fear of failure. Fear. And guess what? All those fears, all they actually really achieved was just to hold me back. Because that's what fears do. They hold us back. They stop us from ever really becoming the very best versions of ourselves. And that might make sense if these fears were real, if they were really going to protect us from something catastrophic, protect us from death. That's what fear is there for, right? It's there to really stop you from doing something stupid or something really dangerous or tragic happening to you. But the majority of the time, our fears, our anxieties will stop us from starting a new relationship. For me, as a young man, terrified of talking to girls, just the fear, because it was the fear of rejection. So then I just wouldn't put myself out there when I was a teenager because of the fear. And then that created anxiety. Then because of the anxiety, because I wasn't confident, created the depression. Do you see what happens? It's these vicious circles. When in reality, the fear of rejection, that's just so silly. You're going to get rejected in your life, right? There's no point fearing it because it's going to happen. You might as well just take it on the chin and go, right, girl said no. It's just an example. It's just an example of how fears hold us back. The fears of changing our job. The fear of doing something that you really love and stepping away from a salaried job, and the fears of the unknown, the fear of failure, the fear of, can I make this work? Doubt. It's all fear driven. How these fears will just ultimately hold us back. What I've learned through the last 2 years of going deep into the world of plant medicines and really sorting out all my fear-based programming is that fears 95% of the time aren't even real. You go towards them, they literally just go, they dissolve. They're an illusion. They're a complete and utter illusion for most of us. These fears trigger these little stories which we just create in our head. And because we create these stories, we feel that it's real. And because we feel it's real, then our bodies start to experience it. This is what causes anxiety. Do not get trapped by fear, people. Challenge your fear. I promise you, fears, the majority of the time, are just constructed stories inside your head. They're not real. You're not going to die if you go and do what causes fear, right? You're not going to die if you go and start a new job. You're not going to die if you go and ask a girl out and you get rejected. Challenge your fears. If you want to grow, if you want to experience the most personal growth that you can achieve, then literally go and do everything that you fear. Whatever it is, go and do it. You know, be sensible. Don't jump out of a plane without a parachute. But sure, if you're scared of heights and you want to jump out of a plane with a parachute, go and do it. It's a good challenge, right? I'm just saying to myself, actually, when I'm giving this advice, I'm scared of heights, and would I throw myself out of a plane even with a parachute at the moment? Maybe not. But you guys are going to be braver than me. Challenge, face your fears. Honestly, your fears, all they're going to do is completely and utterly hold you back in your life and will just create frustration, misery, and that's just not going to give you anything that you want. It's just going to create chaos, right? Challenge your fears. Majority of the time, they're complete and utter BS. Big love to you all. I hope you all have an amazing day, and we'll catch up soon.